Hello, how are you doing? Thank you so much for clicking. You are welcome to my channel. My name is Ajalah. Please subscribe to the channel so that it can help my channel to grow. Drop me a comment. Let me know that you're a new timer so I can specifically welcome you, and like the video as well. In today's video, I'm going to tell you 4 things that I think we need to consider before we japa. Because truth be told, the average Nigerian, if you ask me, I think that the average Nigerian from the ages of 40 down below has at one point or the other thought about going out of Nigeria, whether to go and get an education, to go and seek better opportunities, whatever it is. But a lot of people are just japping back just because they see the opportunity, and it is out. As long as you are not living within Nigeria, you are abroad, it's seen as a sort of achievement, and that's not necessarily the case. I just want to tell you some points where I think that these are the reasons why you should consider before you think of moving to any country. So without any further ado, let's go straight to the point. Number 1 factor that I want you to consider before you leave any Nigeria to any country. Number 1, the literacy levels of the other country that you are going to. Okay? Because one of the major factors that can cause instability or cause problem in any country, especially this Nigeria that we are, is illiteracy. So don't move. If you will take my advice, don't move to a country with a predominantly illiterate population. Because see, where there is illiteracy, there's bound to be ignorance, there's bound to be poverty, there's bound to be every problem you can think of. So look at the country that you want to move to. Are they a predominantly illiterate or educated population? If you see that the government of that country invests in its people and the people are educated, then it means that it's unlikely that the country is going to have any problem. So if you see a country with higher literacy levels than Nigeria and you have the correct skill set to go and add to their economy, fine and good. Go to their embassy or high commission, apply, and if they take you to their country, safe journey, my brother. But don't leave Nigeria and go to a country where illiteracy is very, very high. Because if you are running away from Nigeria to such a country, it's like going from frying pan into the fire. So number 1 factor, literacy levels. Number 2, human rights record of the country you are moving to. Because yes, some countries can have high literacy levels, or it can look as if they have peace, but if they have a poor record of human rights, they will not treat you any better than Nigeria is already treating you. There is a basic dignity that I think human beings should be entitled to by virtue of their humanity. You don't have to have any qualification, you don't have to have any particular skin tone or skin color before you are entitled to that. If you can find a country that respects the dignity of the human person, that's the second thing. Okay, so when they consider the basic human rights of people, then that would be a very good country to migrate to. Closely related to that is their records for how they treat their women. I'll always say this, and I've said it in another of my videos talking about this same matter of living Nigeria. You can judge any country by the status of their women. There is a reason why, let's say, a country like Afghanistan is the way it is. And I'm saying this with every sense of seriousness. Any country that expends a lot of energy subjugating women is not going to go far. You have to stay in the gutter in order to keep another person in the gutter. So look at the human rights record of the country when it comes to how they handle their women. Did they give their women basic dignities? Okay? If they give their women that, then I can assure you that that would be a good country to migrate to. Okay, so let's say, for example, compare the human records of Norway, for example, and Afghanistan or Pakistan. What's the difference? There's a reason why these countries are third world. Even Nigeria, look at the way we treat Nigerian women, and look at the way, let's say, Denmark treats, or Canada treats their women. Is it the same? No. All these things are factors that influence whether a country is going to be third world or not. And so what's the whole point of leaving Nigeria, for example, to go and live in Afghanistan or Pakistan? Sorry, I keep using these two as my bad examples. So consider the human rights record. And then number 3, very importantly, diplomatic relations between your country and that country. Okay, because theoretically it means that if you are in a country that is not your country of origin and you enter into problem, one of the first places that you should go to and complain is the high commission or embassy of your country. So if you will take my advice, any country that Nigeria has not established diplomatic relations with is not a country you should move to. At least there should be an embassy of Nigeria there, and then it will mean that there's a tiny Nigerian community, even if it is just in the embassy, where you can go to in case you run into any trouble you are unable to solve. Okay, so there are some countries who you've never heard of their names at all. If wahala starts, where will you go to? All in the name of Japa, you jump from frying pan into the fire. It's not going to be nice. So I think it is important that you take cognizance of the diplomatic relations between your country and that country. There are some countries who have also made it abundantly clear that Nigerians are not welcome. Some other countries have made it abundantly clear that blacks are not welcome or whatever. That kind of country, if you go there in the name of running away, if you enter trouble, what will happen? What will you do? Do you understand? And because of that, there are plenty Nigerians that are languishing in jails all over the world because they made the mistake to go into a country where they are not welcome. Let's face it, at the moment, we have plenty of domestic issues within Nigeria, and the government is spread thin on so many levels right now that sometimes it looks as though we should prioritize the lives of Nigerians outside. There's even a commission for that, but how powerful is that commission? Okay, Abike Dabiri is the one in charge of that. She cannot possibly be the one in Lao. The same her, she's in Afghanistan. The same her, she's in where. Sorry, my colleague's phone is ringing. I can't touch it. Do you understand? But make sure that at least there is a friendly relationship between your country and that country so that you can have somewhere where you can run to. I hope I've made sense. Then there's another thing again. The last factor I want to talk about is the resource factor. Okay? You know, there's something they call the resource cost. Once a country has plenty natural resources, there's unlikely going to be peace in that country. Look at Africa, for example. All the countries that I know have been destabilized are countries that are rich in resources, from Sierra Leone to Nigeria to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Too much resources means it's either people are fighting over the resources, or it means that place becomes a venue for proxy wars. External powers will be fighting there, and you people cannot have peace in that kind of country. So what's the point of moving from Nigeria to such a place that is okay? Another thing is that the more resourceful a country is, it means that if the country is more resourceful, the government of that country is going to make the money it uses to run the government from those resources. The likelihood that the institutions in such a country will be weak is very, very high. Once institutions are weak, corruption is going to be very high there. Then every other thing that is wrong with Nigeria is going to be there, because corruption is like a hotbed for everything that you can think of. But on the other hand, if the country is very, very poor in natural resources, it means whatever meager resources that country has, they will invest it in the people, so people can be healthy and educated enough to do businesses, and then the government can tax the business and run the country very, very well. Therefore, corruption is more likely to be very low in countries where there are no resources. The government will have to invest in other sectors, okay? That will mean that they will empower people to run those sectors. Like in Nigeria, the bulk of our money comes from crude oil. Had it been it came from other sectors like tourism, it means it is human beings that will drive the economy. But because the money from crude is driving this economy, the government doesn't really feel a need to empower people or even to be accountable for us. That's why NNPC is one of the most opaque organizations you can think of. Okay? So I hope you understand the point I'm trying to make. Number one, don't japa to a country where Nigeria does not have good diplomatic relations with. Don't japa to a country with predominantly illiterate people. Don't japa to a country that has too much natural resources. Don't japa to a country with poor human rights record. I hope I have saved some people today. And then lastly, this one is not really part of it, but lastly, do not japa illegally. Don't go to any country illegally. What's the best thing? See, one of the sweetest things that you can ever have is a clear conscience. Okay, you cannot go and be afraid. You are afraid that the police will see you, catch you, and deport you. All that. Go to Libya and go and suffer because you want to go abroad. Go to an embassy. Okay, go to most of these things. They have high commissions and embassies. They have their websites. They have their requirements on the internet. They will tell you, we need this, we need that. Okay, then get a skill set. Sometimes you don't have the skill set, but if you find the one that you are qualified, apply. Then you go through the legal means. Come down at the airport. If you are lucky, there's already an employer waiting there, or else you've made adequate plans for how you are going to survive, because it's not easy in that place that people are Japan to. Even the America, it is not really the land of milk and honey that they make you think it is, until you plan your life. When you go there, go with the intention to go and make the economy better. Okay, and be a law-abiding citizen, so that for those of us that are still within Nigeria until we come, let our green passport no longer be a passport that is associated with people who are trying to do bad things, because that's not really the case about us. We are very honest people. So thank you very much. If you have stayed with me to the end, I really appreciate it. I love that you stayed with me. Thank you so much. Tell me your opinion. Tell me two things. Tell me where you are watching me from. Tell me your opinion about this thing. You too, are you planning to japa like me? Because me too, if I have money, I will japa. I will japa. So thank you so much. I will japa because I want my children to have access to better education opportunities than Nigeria is currently offering. I wish I could stay, but I don't want to sacrifice my children. That's just my own point. So thank you so much for listening to me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to this channel, because it will help the channel to grow, and then like the video as well. That will give me an inkling into the kind of videos that my viewers like, and then I will do more of it. Thank you so much for listening to me. I will see you all in my next video. Have a nice day. Bye.